Before we get into the meat of the meeting, I'd like to commend our police department for their work in this month's activities with the drug bust and everything like that. Cooperation with the sheriff's department, or their cooperation with him. Job well done.
We appreciate it, and I'll pass it along.
We've read the minutes. There's no additions or corrections. I'll entertain a motion that they be accepted as presented.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed. Motion carried. Department heads. You got anything, Matt?
No, my stuff.
You will wait.
Yeah, my stuff's on
Okay.
down.
Okay.
One thing I had was excise police was kind enough to donate computer stands for it. That's roughly $1,000 to $1,500 per stand, and we happen to know an inside guy that helped us out with that, so we really appreciated it. And outside the drug bust, that's about it.
Okay, ordinance 2026-2.
Those were the changes that were discussed at the previous meeting.
This is concerning the
Regarding the, I guess, how do I call it? I don't want to call it confusion, but yeah, between renters and landlords, and who determines when their services get turned off. Turned on or turned off. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I disagree with it, but because that's a communication problem between landlord and renter, but I've made the changes as requested.
I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules on ordinance 2026-2.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules on ordinance 2026-2 and then move to accept the ordinance as written.
You have to have a second first to suspend the rules.
I'll second.
Then
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-2. I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All opposed. Now we have ordinance 2026-3.
I've needed to add this to the code of ordinances for a while now. I just got around to it. This deals with our public access records. Basically falls in line with the state, but we need to get it on our books because number one, it declares me as the public information officer, as well as it shows the the order in which we have to do the public records request, and we can also charge, and so I added that as a part of the ordinance.
As an example, the recent request we had on Spring Street,
Mm-hmm.
all those copies that we provided, those would be at $1 per page.
It'd be $2 per page. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, $1 per page, $2 for the certification.
And $2 for color.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, for instance, let's say if we have somebody that wants copies of blueprints we did for like the water line project with the 24 by 36s, they have to pay cost.
Okay.
Which, like, I would have to get a price before I could tell them what it's going to cost them to, like, for instance, get a copy of blueprints, or even we're seeing it more in the bigger cities with body cameras. Police want body cameras. This is getting pretty sticky there. So even though we don't have body cameras, if one day we do, that's already covered.
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2026-3.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Motion's been passed and second to suspend the rules. All in favor, say aye. All opposed. Motion carried. Have a motion to accept 2026-2. Next 3.
So moved.
A second.
Have a motion and second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. All opposed. Motion carried. Miscellaneous business, Adam, I think you're up.
Very good. Does everyone have a copy of the 2 proposals?
Yeah, that was in front of them.
Awesome. Which one's first on your stack? I'll start there.
Water system asset management.
Hold the fun ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So council have 2 proposals in front of you. One's for the water system asset management plan, and the second one's for the Harrison Street emergency water replacement. Starting with the asset management plan. This is required by House Bill 1459, and it's additional reporting requirements that all utilities have to comply with. I hate that these words are coming out of my mouth, but the government's actually rolling it out in a way that makes sense here. It's not a very aggressive requirement, so for this first year, the only thing that's needed is that you complete the new online questionnaire that will come out shortly. Because it's just the online questionnaire and not necessarily a real asset management plan we're putting together, there's not a lot of costs in this. The total cost for this item, I had $5,000, and it's all an hourly effort. Really, if Melissa needs our help with this, we'll be there to help Melissa with it. And the types of assistance that we'll provide is gathering records. Maybe if she runs into issues with the online questionnaire, we can actually submit it for her if she needs that assistance. But by and large, this is a lot of unknown. This is a new program that the government rolled out this year. We're not certain how in-depth that questionnaire will be. We just know that it's limited to just that questionnaire portion. This work is required to be submitted to the, I think it's the IURC, by the end of June of this year. So this is a quick turnaround to get the online questionnaire submitted. And this will make you in compliance with House Bill 1459 for the next 4 years. 4 years from now, you actually have to do the asset management plan. 30 questions. The first page does a nice job summarizing sort of what the government mandate is, when each piece is due. But happy to go into as much detail as you like. I know we all want to talk about government mandated online questionnaires.
I just finished ARP. I don't want any more.
Hey, this is a lot better than we thought it would be.
Shoot.
Just for council's awareness, we were prepared to actually do the asset management plan this year because that was the impression we were under initially, and that would have looked like a $30,000 lift, so a lot less effort. And like I said, our contract is hourly, time and materials, so Melissa needs us for an hour, I'm only billing you for an hour, and the rest will not be invoiced.
So if you guys are okay with this first agreement, let's go ahead and get it passed, and then we can go on to the
Water main.
water main. Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody have any questions for Adam?
I can't tell you how nice it is to have all of you read this agreement. That doesn't happen very often, so I appreciate you guys doing this.
When's the deadline that has to be done by?
June 30th, which is it's long. Long pieces too.
So I understand this. Your time and materials to help Melissa get this completely done is billed, but not to exceed 5,000.
Correct. Yep. And it's only billed as used basis. So
So
I'll
it
be
may
honest
only
with
cost
you,
2,800.
I think it'll be less than that. I'm throwing a dart at the board here, and everyone else is saying, well, you can get this done for number. So
If it turns into a total cluster, the most we're out's 5.
right. Yep. And I honestly expected this to be like a $1,500 lift. Just based on what I'm hearing about the amount of effort involved with the questionnaire and what Melissa's savviness is, there's a lot worse off than you.
So
I'm
this
just gonna
could be
bring.
zero.
I'm gonna bring neighbor in and make him do it.
She doesn't have any.
There's a change. Yes. Yep. I don't think that's a big chance.
Survey's not available yet. So
It's not.
no way to
They've
gauge.
given a approximation of what the questions will be, but it's not actually
Watch them
posted.
only give us like 2 days to get the darn thing put in. That'll be great.
I hope not.
And
But Ross, you're right. If she doesn't need anything, I'm not gonna bill anything.
doubtful.
The pressure's on you now.
Uh-oh. Just another day in the life.
Mm-hmm. And I think before we move on to the second one, Melissa was looking for a motion on the
Yeah,
first one.
she is. That way we don't get them both confused.
I'll make a motion to approve the water system asset management plan on Westlake. I'll second.
Any discussion, questions? If not, all in favor say aye. All opposed?
Thank you, Jared. This next one is a much bigger one because it's some actual real work we have to do. This is a proposal for the replacement of the Harrison Street water main and also replacing the sanitary sewer crossing in the creek along Harrison Street, at Harrison Street. As I'm sure you guys are all aware, Matt and Cooley have been fighting the water main breaks along Harrison, and that pipe needs to be replaced. So this provides for Westler to complete the survey, the permitting, the design work, and then also the bidding work to select the contractor. This does not provide construction or inspection work. I like to wait and do that because if it's a contractor you guys know and trust, you need a whole lot less help from me. If it's someone you've never worked with before, maybe they have a bad reputation, maybe I need to put on some more time. So this only takes you up to selecting a contractor. With the permitting, this is being done under an emergency provision of IDA. So once we get to a certain position in the drawings, we'll submit a request to them and say, hey, this is serious. We need you to review this and approve it sooner than later. And that'll let this work move forward quicker than it would have otherwise. We plan to use GIS property lines and right-of-way lines. That way we don't have to do deep research. Since this isn't federally funded, we're not so much worried about dotting our I's and crossing our T's on the right way, like we were last time with the open draw. This water main will need one easement, and that's something that, talking with Melissa, you guys will just work with your attorney, and there's no need to get my survey team involved to procure that easement. So trying to keep the costs lower there. And I say trying to keep the costs lower. This ended up being a little bit more expensive than I wanted it to be. On page 6, the total cost is $74,500, and a lot of this is tied to the permitting. Replacing that sanitary sewer crossing the creek, even though it's an in-kind, in-place replacement, requires a profile for the item permit to be reviewed and approved. So that's some additional work that we have to do.
Let me stop you right there. So this all is water and sewer together.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have to figure out, kind of do a percentage of what is water, what is sewer.
Yeah, so
For
once I put it in my system, I'll
Okay.
talk to you,
Okay.
and we'll take this $1 and make it $2.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
That way every invoice you'll know, is it brown or is it blue?
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry, I was talking about why the costs are a little bit higher. The sanitary sewer crossing, not only is the IDEM permit need more details, but it requires a 40144 crossing since we're in the waterway also. So the sanitary work added more to this than I expected. But talking it through with Matt, if the contractor's here, the contractor's doing this work, you're going to get the best price now. So while it's a little bit more expensive on the paperwork side, I think it's going to pay off and get you a better bid on the construction side, not to have someone mobilized just for a creek crossing. So I think it makes sense to still take them both on now. Schedule-wise, we have start and survey. I think our team can actually get out here this week. We're hoping to have the design in May and hoping to quote this or bid it in June of this year. Starting construction in August, I think it's as quick as we can get it done. Are there any questions on that? This one's got a lot more pieces to it, a lot bigger dollars, but I think it's kind of more intuitive what that work is.
Got an anticipated finish date on the construction?
It's a great question. I think it'd probably be a 3 to 6 month adventure. And that's just all depends on what contractors end up looking at this and their availability. You know, if someone's got the materials ready to go, they get this done in 2 months, no problem. But that's the game nowadays, is lead times.
As of right now, whatever's water's portion will be paid out of the edit fund. Because there's no way that water can handle any of this right now until we think about doing a rate increase.
I'll entertain a motion that, the project, be accepted.
Make a motion to accept the project, quoted price $74,500.
Second,
I'll second.
any further discussion? Questions? All those in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, council. Look forward to another successful project.
Rumpke addendum.
As you see there, these are the new trash rates that Rumpke is proposing for the next 3 years. So, for instance, right now, our current trash pickup per residential unit is $11.29. So it's going up just less than it's going up like $1.96 for the first year, and then so on and so forth for the next. The one thing I do want to say is that with the Rumpke contract, we do not mark this up. We are not permitted to, so we basically pass this cost on to the user. With this in mind, with the trash, we usually either break even monthly or we go in the hole a bit just because people of not paying their bills. So and then if you guys will remember back to budget, we do have line item in there out of the property taxes where usually by the end of the year, whatever we're shorted in the sewer fund is helped with the property tax portion of this, of our funding. And it goes into effect June 1st.
Have a A motion to accept the addendum.
Real quick, most of these increases are per month? Per residential unit per month?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
As well as also the containers for the commercial.
Okay.
What are we charging the full amount to the residents
Yes.
right now?
Yes. We phased it in the first 3 years that we did this addendum, and now at the third year of the previous one is when the customer went in and paid, is now fully.
$11.
Mhm.
Shows you how much I pay attention.
Just pay it.
That's I get to the bottom line. That's what I
I
do.
enjoy that hot shower, so I'm paying more.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the contract extension for 3 years through May 31st, 2029.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Now, I didn't have a chance to look at it because I was really busy. I think I do have to bring at least this chart to you guys in ordinance form, because I think we did include it that way in the code of ordinances. So what we'll do is we'll adopt it again and to be accepted into the code of ordinances at the next meeting, and then I will advertise it, because I do have to advertise when we get increased rates. So don't be shocked if you see it again at the next meeting.
All those in favor say aye. Should I ask? I hear an aye.
Got all of our eyes.
All right. Motion carried then. Parking question up at St. Bridget's.
I just put it on there because I was told just to table it to the next meeting, so if you guys want to keep discussing it, that's up to you guys.
Does everybody know the basis of the question on the St. Bridget's parking? Jeff, and, Matt, would you want to explain to Jeff?
Yeah, so basically I was approached, citizen approached about parking at St. Bridget's Catholic Church. There is no parking on the south side of Vine Street all the way up to Flint. Then once you get to Flint, it should be all the way up, or that's where, but in front of St. Bridget's Church, they're parking there even through the week or whatever, and then they got activities for church on Sundays. But on the weekends, and their concerns people were of the double parking on both the north side and the south side of the road, and no, emergency vehicles or whatever not being able to get through there. So their concern was it's trying to keep, if we're doing it, keep it strict, no parking all the way up through there. I just brought it to the council so they could decide what they want to do. They did say they had people starting to park there every once in a while to pick their children up. So you're getting parking. They're parking on the south side of the road, they said. Yeah, south side of the road after school to pick their kids up sometimes. So then you got parking on both sides. Again, it would be eligible, which we only allow parking on the north side of the road all the way down, except in front of St. Bridget's Catholic Church, and they're parking on both sides. So they're asking about making that no parking all the way up, why they get to park on both sides of the road because of that. I said, not my decision, I'll take it to the council. They can decide what they want to do.
And just so you know, Jeff, a couple years ago, this was addressed with the council then too, and a couple members of St. Bridget's came here, and it was discussed, and they were going to supposedly announce at church that the town was requesting that they not park on the north side, go ahead and let them allow it on the south side, but asking parishioners not to park on the north side just to keep that open. But I don't know if it was announced or whatever, if it wasn't, but
Well, the problem that I saw or have seen is the people that do park on the north side of the street. They're going to church there, yes, but they're not local. They're out of town. And I think that's my personal feeling, of course. That's where the problem lies. It's not the parking on the south side, it's parking on the north side.
so do you consider making the north side no parking from, what is that,
27 to
27
Flint,
to Flint?
to the stop sign, yes. And we would make sure, I've already said something to some of the people on the building and maintenance committee that announcement would be made prior to the signs, if we agree to that, prior to the signs going up. Give them at least a week, say, hey, then we can put the signs up, and then it's up to them to, as any other area in town, to maintain the parking as it's requested. I feel that the parking on the south side of the street is important to the church, not only for masses, but funerals, weddings, and any other kind of activity we have at the church. Anybody else have anything? Feelings about it? This has to be a formal ordinance anyway.
It has to go in ordinance form anyway, if you guys want to do that.
Do we want to proceed with an ordinance in regards to no parking on the north side of the street on the line between Flint and the intersection of 27?
What do you think about you switching, the rest of Vine Street's gonna be no parking on the, so what would all be on the north side, wouldn't it then?
No, the parking would be on the north side.
Yeah.
That's where we're allowed to park now.
Yeah.
Is north side.
Right.
So the south side would be no parking. That's what.
parking.
So they lose about 7 spots.
Yeah.
So they move those 7 over to the north side would be.
Yeah.
If this were residential, I'd have issues with it, but with it being a very small window of time on a weekly basis, I don't have as big an issue of doing away with that north side parking. Now I realize you have festivals, certain masses, Easter, Christmas, that kind of stuff that you need parking, but that's a very limited.
Well, yesterday, there was only 3 cars parked on the north side. And I think the week before, there was like 4. I mean, it's not a big number, so it's not going to affect that many people on the north side. There's also talk between some of the people in regards to the building and grounds to opening up that triangle there for additional parking, making a driveway cut and make parking there too. So that would take up the slack there. And probably have more people using it anyway because it's a long walk on that east side.
Can you bring your golf cart up? Just I shuttle them around.
Well, I did that at Reminisce the other day. Any other thoughts, discussion? We wanna move ahead with an ordinance or table it?
I'm in favor of the ordinance.
Same, Jeff? Okay, we'll proceed with that. Ordinances, no parking on the north side of Vine.
I'll bring that to the next meeting.
When we do that, Matt, can we use the signs that just have the P? Because I might be confused if we put no parking on this side, that they might think it's all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Just use the,
I don't, but that's gonna mean the same thing pretty much. We got them around town that way too.
yeah, but if you don't, if you just use right there that block, I don't know.
What do they say? No parking here at the corner?
No parking this side.
This side.
I mean, I can get somebody that says no parking. And
That's
then
what I
just put
would
them
do.
on that side, and then that way.
Okay.
They'll, you know,
I
whether
don't
they park
think
there or.
this side is needed, because then they'll think they're all the way down and up.
Yeah,
You know.
cause I'm gonna put a new one on the south side of by Flint Street too, so they don't park all the way on down too. Cause that's what they're doing too, coming down the south side of Flint Street. They're parking past the corner of Flint on down south.
Down by Stanley Hendricks.
Stanley Hendricks, Frank Frisco's, all that down
Oh, yeah.
through there, they're parking
they are.
down through there.
Yep.
That's where you're getting your parking all the way down through there. Well, then you got the other guy parked that way too, cause we're allowed to park on the north side on that strip.
Right.
So, but the people are still coming on down Vine Street, same side of the road. South Street, or Vine Street on the south side. See what I'm saying? So where Flint Street crosses,
Right.
they're coming on down too and parking on down through there
On towards the west.
towards the west on Vine Street. So,
I'd put another sign.
well, I mean, unless they ordinance it, I mean, it's already no parking, but
Yeah, but I mean, just to add another sign on that side.
yep.
So
Yep.
they'll filter down.
So I'm gonna figure out how to put no parking for 500 feet or something.
Unless you turn your little grassy lot into paid parking.
Oh, it sounds like a
Side hustle.
Yeah.
Okay. Move on to insurance.
Yeah, that was, you guys had me look into that for if we wanted to drop our deductible for the wind and hail and storm, and that must be a new thing now, because I actually got something from my own insurance agency this week regarding that whole thing as well. So this must be something fairly new. I suggest that we do not reduce that for the mere fact that I have some money left over in the insurance budget lines for all three entities. However, I have work comp still due, and I do not know how much work comp will be. I have an idea, and so that'll basically, if it stays true to work comp's normal premiums, it's probably going to eat it up. So I would just say I will let Mac know that we're not going to spend the extra money to reduce the wind and hail deductible, or storm and hail deductible.
But that can be done anytime.
Yeah, but and we may do it in the next year. Now that we know that we can't do that, that can be a part. Because we'll probably bid it out. I've been getting a lot of people requesting to bid our property casualty insurance, so we may think about that next year. Because that bids in the spring.
Okay, we have the March bank reconciliation.
motion.
I have a motion to accept bank reconciliations.
So moved.
Motion, do I have a second? Second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried.
This one.
We'll skip the citizens' comments. She got a comment, or else you're a citizen.
No, thanks.
Entertain a motion to adjourn, so moved.
Second.
Didn't have to wait on that one, did you?
No, I didn't. All those in favor say aye. Opposed. Thank you, everyone, for attending.